Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly, and by request, I'm coming back at you with this Makeup Revolution XX or XX Revolution Matrix shadow palette. I did another video. I'll try to be smart enough to link my first video. I only did one look before, and I had asked in the video if you guys want me to come back and do a couple more looks with this gorgeous jewel toned palette, and I picked that up. I would love to see what other inspiration we can come up with. So let me take a look really fast. I think I can remember which ones I did and did not use the first time around. So I think I'm gonna let's do 3 looks. I was gonna take my makeup off and put some face mask on. I've got the house to myself right now. And then I'm like, ooh, I'm home. Let's film. So here we are. I'm trying to decide if I want to do 4 looks. Let me scooch in. We might do 4 looks. Let me scooch in. Okay. Hopefully we're close enough to be able to see what's going on here with the eyeshadow. I want to start with this purple right here. It's like a dusty lavender color, and I just want to take this kind of all over crease and a little bit higher than where I want the actual shape to be. Wow, that's actually super pretty. I don't think I was really expecting it to be that pretty, but sometimes purples, especially these cooler toned sort of dusty gray purples, are pretty flattering with brown eyes. I think that just changed the direction I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with this rust color right here. Now you're probably saying, Shelly, rust with purple? Sure, why not? Because I think we're doing something a little different, right? I mean, we're just playing, and sometimes at the end of the day, it's like the best time to play. Oh, I should probably tell you guys what I have going on my face already, just to sort of bring you up to speed. I did take off all my previous makeup. I'm gonna go back in with that purple color here to take a little higher. Yeah, I had taken off my makeup and then went in with a little primer. This is actually the Too Faced Peach. This one right here. The Primed and Peachy primer. I haven't used this forever. So I grabbed that. And then I got another new shade of the Ordinary. I ordered this from Beauty Bay. I have, the one that I originally have is 2.0N as a neutral, which I think is usually a pretty good shade for me. But I was feeling like I was getting a little bit more color. It's getting a little warmer out. So I grabbed the 2.1P, which I'm not pink, baby. I don't know, but I think it's actually a really good shade for me. My skin looks fantastic. I didn't use a concealer, but I did use the Jason Wu Tinted Primer, which seems kind of counterintuitive, but I use that on my eyelids. And then I just went ahead and took it down into the darker places and anywhere I needed a little concealing. And then for fun, because I'd picked these up, but I hadn't used them yet, I did a little of the Tulum bronzer. I kind of combined these two here in the middle and just sort of swirled it on the perimeters of my face. And then I grabbed from the Grease palette, Glowing in Grease, I grabbed this shade right here, which is like the lightest, most boring color in this. But these pressed powders from BH are so ridiculously pigmented. I do have a Beauty Bay lip liner on. This is in shade Heather, kind of almost like a berry shade. And then I used this, this is Milky Gloss from NYX on top of it. And this one's called Moody Peach. So I've got kind of like this berry peach thing going on. I think the color combination is actually really pretty. I'm not gonna say that that's my inspiration for my purple and rust colored eyeshadow, but we're doing simple looks. You know, I wanna take this purple right here and we're gonna press that onto the lid. I think sometimes with these Makeup Revolution shades, you can get a little texture. So probably a better eyelid primer would have been good. You almost can't even see that. I mean, everything looks so purple right now. That rust color almost disappeared with the purple, but wow, those are super complementary. Had you guys done that? Have you guys done like purpley lavender colors and rust before? I'm not understanding why I'm liking this so much, but they look pretty good as far as I can tell. All right, let's take, we're gonna take the lightest shade in here, which is like this bone shade. All right, I've got a little flat brush. I'm just gonna take that right over inner portion of my lid. I think I need a little sparkle. I actually kind of like the way that looks, but I feel like I want a little sparkle. You know what? I'm gonna take that flat brush again into this deep, rich purple, and I'm just gonna take it right on my movable lid. So down below where my crease is, and I'm taking it all the way across. It's gonna basically end up on me looking like a really thick eyeliner because I'm keeping it under that crease and just keeping it low. I feel like I almost should have wet this brush down. Okay, that's actually kind of fun. We're gonna take a little bit of it down here. My under eyes are looking super creepy right now. And I said crepey, not creepy. Yeah, we're gonna take this rust color too. Why not? And we're just gonna go right over the top of that purple. I did have a little bit of mascara on from earlier, but I think I need to touch it up. So let me kind of clean this up here a little bit. Put on a little bit more mascara. I'll be right back. All right, you guys. I know it's hard to look at eyeshadow when it's not when it's not bilateral. We are going to pretend that that is a cohesive look. And I actually really, really like it. I might have just found a great color combination between these purples down here. I mean, I kept it to these two shades, actually these three shades and that one and that one. This one, and these three are on my lid right now. It's more than I needed to. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of digging it. I would totally do that for a date night. Now that I see how pretty that is together, yeah. Okay, let's switch over and do something on this eye. Okay, so Wayne Goss has a palette, just happened to have it out, looks like this. And I bought it, used it a couple times, and just felt like it was so sheer. He originally designed this as a palette that could be universally flattering on ladies of a certain age. This is his first eyeshadow palette. And I found the only way that I felt confident and strong wearing it is if I used this black as a way to sort of deepen up and richen the contour of my eye, the shape that I wanted it to be in. So I brought it out because I was like, I need to play with it a little bit more. I need to use it more. That inspired me to look at these shades right here because I think these are very similar. I probably had to do like a comparison, but we're gonna take that taupe color first and sort of give ourselves a little transition. I'm shocked at how much I like this, you guys, shocked. Okay, little transition, going in with the warmer shade right down below it. Now, Makeup Revolution does have quite a bit of kick up. I'm using the same exact brush that I was using the first shade, down a little bit here. And I'm keeping this sort of in my crease and then blending it just above. So that's completely appropriate daytime look right now. I had to use this bronzy shade right here. Did you guys pick up this palette? Do you guys like Makeup Revolution? Do you guys like Matrix? That's kind of, I think, the thing. If you guys saw my first video, I said that the Matrix is actually one of my favorite movies of all time. And it is, it's really right up there. It's like in my top 3 to 5. I'm taking that shimmer all the way over. That lacks a little punch for me. That's awfully subtle. This is actually a completely appropriate work look, glasses look, everyday look. Let's jazz this up a little bit. I'm gonna go in with this black. And I just took just the tip of it, but I'm gonna start partway up that lid. I'm just tapping it on, and then I'm gonna wiggle it into the crease and down below. And we're just gonna kind of small circles, push that into the shape that I want, which is now all of a sudden, just like boom, went from day to night, just like that. I gotta tell you, Makeup Revolution has some pigmented shade, right? I think this might have been the shade, no, this wasn't the brush I used the first time because I used one brush for the first several shades that I used, except for my finger. So I'm taking the side of this brush that I hope is relatively clean and I'm buffing out the edge. Wow. Okay, I feel like I'm lacking something with that shimmer. It didn't give me enough. So I'm gonna put a little bit more on the inner portion of that lid because I do think that that's my light shade. And I'm gonna go into this super gray, kind of like gunmetal shade right over the outer portion of that lid. Kind of bumping it up to that black and taking it all the way up into crease brown shade, kind of tan shade. All right, I don't know that I love this black the way it is. I'm gonna grab a little setting spray. You know what, I'm gonna use the Milani Make It Last. And I'm gonna get this brush loaded up with some of the setting spray. And I'm gonna go back into this gunmetal shade, really loading up that brush. And let's see, hack it on a little bit more. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good start. I'm gonna throw on some eyeliner really fast. Yeah, eyeliner, mascara, and I'll be right back. That's a date night look for me. Here, let me do this. That's the beginning. You know what, I need that blue. Hold on. I'm gonna grab, now this brush is a little mangled, but I'm gonna grab a little of this blue that underneath has brown eyes and a little touch of that navy blue. Yeah, that did it. There you go. There's look number 2 using the Matrix palette. So far that's look 2 and 3. We're gonna do 2 more looks. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but let's take these 2 off and I'll come back with a 3rd and 4th or 4th and 5th final look, you know, because we're playing and we want to see. Can a lady of a certain age who's not a makeup artist, can she get multiple looks from the same palette? And is that palette therefore a good value? Looks that she could wear in a variety of situations. So normally when I look at these palettes, I like to see if I can get a date night look. That's easy enough with this palette because I think it really lends itself to that. Then I want to see, can I get a daytime or fun look, you know, something where you have a little bit of time, you're just feeling yourself, it's beautiful outside, you're leaving your house, you know, you want to look cute, that type of look. And then I always want to know if I can get a work look. I do travel for work a lot, and I work in a corporate environment, which means I have to look age appropriate. I have to look professional to a certain degree. I like easy, effortless eyeshadow looks, especially if I'm maybe wearing glasses or anything like that. For me, I think that there's a couple shades that are subtle enough in here. The neutral browns, because, you know, frankly, that's what I tend to wear for work. But I think that you've got a quick, easy way to turn it into date night, as you saw with that last look. Let me patch up my eyes a little bit, clean up some of this transfer now, and I'll come back with a couple more looks just for fun. Be right back. All right, not perfectly cleaned up, but mostly cleaned up. That was kind of the goal. I want to do just a really, really simple, quick look. So I'm going to grab this matte right here, which is a little darker than I'd probably choose as a transition shade. So I'm going to start a little lower, and I'm just going to wiggle it up and into my crease, and then we'll just kind of shear out that top edge, or at least as much as I can. I did not go in with an eyelid primer this time. I just kind of drug the dregs of my foundation brush that I used with a little serum foundation underneath my eyes. I just drag it over the top of my eyelids. Okay, that's awfully pretty. Let's go in with this kind of bronzy shimmer right here. Copper, I guess I'd call it copper. Wow, that's really, really stunning. Like that. Pretty. Completely appropriate for a variety of situations. I like that. I'm going to use this burgundy color that I used on my first look. We're going to use that again. Now, the first time I used it, it really turned kind of purpley, I felt like. Now I feel like the red is really coming out. This brush I need to get rid of. I think I've said that before. This is just like my least favorite brush. I gotta move on. I'm just gonna grab that first matte again, buff out here, sort of building it up a little bit more in the shape that I want. You know, I gotta tell you guys, I'm just gonna go back a little bit with that copper color too. These Makeup Revolution palette, they're not perfect. They really aren't. The quality is not the best out there. But that being said, it completely works for me. I don't know, if you're out and about and you see one and the color store speaks to you, by all means grab it. This, for me, the color story did speak to me on this one. I must have managed to relocate my brown eyeliner out of here. So I have this one that's called Blackest Blue, and I think bronzy colors and blue work really well, but this being blue black or black blue, I'm just gonna put a little bit of it out here. This is one of those old eyeliners that I was gonna get rid of, I think. Sometimes my eyes get a little leaky, or I don't want to say oily, but it feels like sometimes the eyeliner doesn't adhere to it very well. I think that getting a gel liner probably would have worked a little bit better. Let's put some quick mascara on, and we'll finish up this kind of warm, super easy look. All right, you guys, I kept the mascara just to the top lashes. I like this kind of warm daytime look. I feel like this could be very good for end of summer as well. Just sort of, I don't want to call it sunsetty, but I think it's really flattering. I like the way that these colors look. And I feel like I normally gravitate towards cooler shades with my brown eyes and my coloring. I find that tends to be the most flattering on me. But these copper colors, yeah, I think Charlotte Tilbury has something on that. I'm gonna go in with this darkest brown here. I'm determined to try to use just about every shade in this palette, huh? I'm gonna take this darker brown down here. Actually, you know what? Let's do something that I normally don't do. We're taking that dark brown all over the lid, all over the movable lid. I feel like this is going to be kind of one of those 90s throwback looks. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've got now a ton of kick up. All right, I'm taking this up to my crease, and I've gone in several times trying to build up that shade. You see how close set, or not close set, you see how small my eyes look when I leave this hood bare? That's that optical illusion that you need to kind of work past and overcome when you do have smaller hooded eyes. I'm gonna grab this brown here. So I did this kind of cooler brown. I'm going in with this one. It's a little warmer and I think a little bit more saturated, but I'm taking that into my crease. And I still have a big fluffy brush because as I push it into my crease and most of that pigment deposits off the brush, I'm gonna buff that top edge a little bit too. I see these people do such dark, heavy eye looks. And I think that they're okay from a distance, but man, sometimes they can be a little off-putting if you wear it during daylight and that's just kind of like your normal regular thing. I'm taking this black again and we are trying to get rid of most of the kick up. I'm taking that right against my lash line so that we've got this kind of gradient, these super rich smoky looks, or smoky eyeshadows, super rich smoky eyeshadows. Take a little bit of it down below. I feel like that gives us that kind of 90s heroin chic look. Shouldn't be glorifying that, but that was the look back in there, the old Kate Moss and Calvin Klein and all that. Okay, now I'm taking this burgundy shade right here. It's kind of I want to call it a sparkly raspberry. I'm loading up my finger and we're going to put that right center, just kind of at the peak of the roundness of my lid so that it brings a little bit more light or more roundness to it. And it should just catch that light ever so prettily. Okay, I'm going to grab a small brush and grab the lighter shade in here, which is going to be my inner corner. And I'm just going to kind of blend it in here. Now, here's the thing with halo eye, with when you have small set hooded eyes, is if you do too far in with dark, it'll really close off that eye and make it even smaller. So this is kind of my way of doing just a quick sort of faux halo look, is to then go in with something super bright. And then I need something down below. Yeah, I really like the way that burgundy sits right on the top after I gradiated out those shades. I think I've used every shade in this palette. I'm gonna take this purple again right here, and that's gonna go right underneath lower lash line definition. I know I've got that other stuff that I kind of smeared down there. I did that intentionally, you saw me do it, but I think when you go in with a little bit more of something on a firmer brush, it gives it a little bit more intention. Intention's the word I'm looking for. Let me put some mascara on, I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I'm back with my, I don't know if this is fourth or fifth and final look. Smoky, totally different than this one. I don't know, out of these 4 or 5 looks, which ones did you guys like best? I think it's different. I didn't actually put on the upper eyeliner. You know what I might do? I might do a liquid. Let me throw some of this on really fast. And I'm just gonna keep it to the outside. Might as well just wing it out a little bit here. Yeah, I don't know if that's better or worse, or if it even really just makes much of a difference at all. Hold please. Yeah, and that's okay. I think it gave my eye a little lift. It's different, right? Which ones do you guys like more? The bright purple, colorful one, very much a neutral, I guess more of a subdued version than this was my second one because I used lighter shades and I used that gunmetal color, which is really, really pretty on my second look. My third look, we're calling these 1 through 4, not including the first one. I used these shades here and this one over here for this look, which I absolutely love. I don't think there's anything wrong with this palette. If I were to change anything about this palette, I would get rid of one of these 2 purples, maybe this one, and do kind of a grungy, shiny green. Maybe something like an olive green with a gold shift to it. That would make it a darn near perfect color story of a palette for me. Not necessarily the most perfect formula, but I got 4 looks out of it, 4 looks that I would leave the house in for a variety of situations. And I think that was kind of the assignment, right? Try to find 4 looks, 5 looks with this one palette that a lady of a certain age who's not a makeup artist, who's just doing the best she can with what she have, you know? Could I come up with looks that I would leave the house in? The answer is a resounding yes. So while I bought it because of the Matrix theme, is this upside down? Yes, I bought it because of the Matrix theme. I can tell you I stayed because of the color story. So I hope this was interesting to you guys. If you guys are not already subscribed, hey, please hit the button to subscribe. Ring the bell so you get notified. I tend to upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday usually. 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I love when you guys request, like this particular video was a requested video, so feel free to feed me what you want. Is there a palette you have in your collection that you haven't reached for a while? Are you looking for some inspiration? Do you need something to kind of challenge yourself and take you out of the box just a little bit? If there's anything that I can do to help lift you up and to help kind of push you into trying something, please let me know. Follow me over on Instagram if you're shy and you don't want to leave a comment here. Feel free to DM me over there. I do my best to respond quickly, as much as I can. So I hope you guys are doing really well. And until my next video, bye for now.